Hey guys, Konga here, and welcome to a review of the K-91. I know that's a little bit random, but it was requested, and I decided, you know, I kind of do want to review some Tier 10 tanks. And we'll start off with the K-91, because this game has been around for 6 years, and maybe we need some more updated reviews on tanks. I don't usually review tanks that are already in the game, but we'll make an exception this time for the K-91, and then probably do some other ones other than just the K-91. So here's the K-91. And it's not seen much. In fact, it's the third least played Tier 10 out there. I think behind it was the WZ 111 or 113 GFT, the Tier 10 Chinese tank destroyer, and I believe the Object 268 version 4, and then goes this thing. So this is the third least played Tier 10 in the game, and we'll be finding out why today, hopefully. But what is this thing? Well, it's a Russian medium tank at Tier 10. There's quite a few of them. In fact, there are 6 of them. And this one is the worst one. I'm just going to bluntly say it's the worst one. So that's why people don't get it. Why would you get it when the Object 430 version 2 leads to tanks like the 430 or even the 430U? There's no reason to get it. And yeah, this is the last one you'd probably get. Mistakes were made. This was the first one I got. Anyway. Let's get into this thing's stats. It's got 1950 health, which is right in the middle of all the Russian mediums. It's above the 140 and the 430 and the 907, and it's tied with the T62, but it's not as good as the 430U. I have the 430U here listed, but the 430U is a completely different beast. It's not so much about its DPM or its gun, it's more about its armor and mobility that makes it a beast. This thing performs much like the other 4 medium tanks in this list. And so the 430U is just here, but we're not going to really be paying attention to it as we go through this. The hull armor is the worst, even though it says it's 140. It's 140, but it's a box, as you can see. You get all these awkward angles on the other ones. In this thing, you need about 190 to go through, and you can't side scrape it with it because of how the side armor is angled right here. If you side scrape with this at all, they can go through your drive wheel and through your hull. So you can't really do that. And in fact, they can do this from the front as well. It performs much like a German tank where you can do this. So this is a little bit of an annoying weak spot where you can get tracked from the front and damaged. So that's a bit unfortunate. So you can't side scrape with this. The right side of the turret is really good on this thing. Or, well, if you're driving it. Your left side of the turret, it's actually really good. As you can see here, it's 160 to 140 millimeters, but it's angled back really well. But the other side is very flat in places and very easy to pen by tier 9s and 10s and 8s with premium rounds. And the mantlet also is very weak, 220 millimeters of effective armor, and so is the cupola at 220 as well. So this turret isn't great, but it can pull off some ricochets, especially from lower tiers. Don't rely on it. It also has 5 degrees of gun depression over the front and 9 over the side, which is very special for a Russian medium. But its turret does not go all the way around, much like the T-28 prototype. So keep that in mind as well. And that's pretty much where this thing is special. Then after this, it's no longer special. It's pretty garbage. 2,400 damage per minute. Yeah, the other Russians have 2,900, 3,000, and it's not until the 907 where you have more. Though the 907 has more armor and arguably more consistent gun handling. This tank is very accurate, 0.33 for a Russian medium, that's the most accurate, and a very good aim time of 1.9 seconds, but its gun handling on the move is comparable to the Object 430s. So it's not going to be snapping shots, you have to be standing still. It needs to remain a sniper. Then we have, it's 100 millimeter, which is the same as all of the other ones, minus the 122 on the 430, but like I said, I don't really care too much about that one. And it has the highest pen of any medium tank in the game of 276, and the highest shell velocity of any tank in the game of 1700. Ooh, that's really cool. You have these nice unique numbers, but that's about it. After this, everything else about this tank is kind of worse. And the DPM as well is really hurts this tank. And this pen doesn't really mean much, 276. It's good, but when you're fighting tanks like a Type 5 and an E3, you'll probably be shooting premium rounds anyway, which are exactly the same as the other ones at 330. So yeah, this thing goes 55, which is the same as the 430 and the 140 and the Object 907. It's the only 2 tanks it's faster than, should I say, are the T62A and the 430U. Its power to weight is the best at 19, but it has like the worst terrain resistances by a lot, actually. So I've only played this a few times, but it doesn't feel more mobile than the 140 or the 430. It feels about as mobile as them. So there's nothing special about this here. Then you've got, what else you got? Gun angles, 5 degrees, except over the sides, which is 7, which is good. And then, like I said, it doesn't go all the way around, which is a little bit annoying. But it does have 410 view range. And normally 410 view range would be great because then you can go gun rammer, vertical stabilizer, and vents to boost your DPM. But your DPM is already so bad that I would recommend going optics anyway, just to make sure you're not getting outspotted by the Russian mediums, because that can be really annoying. Not only do you have less DPM than them, even with vents, but you'll also be getting outspotted if you decide to go with vents and the other mediums go with optics. And you also have the worst camera rating. I don't know why. This is on PC has the best camera rating of the Russian mediums, but for some reason here on console they decided to nerf its DPM, nerf its gun handling, and nerf its camera rating. Not sure why. Those are the things that kind of gave this an edge over them in certain regards because of its lack of armor and lack of a fully traversable turret. But you know, that's what they decided to do. But without further ado, let's jump into some games in this thing, and then we can form a more honest opinion about the tank. Here it is, the K-91. I do have a new crew in here, but it's not super new, so we should still do fine. We still have Rails and Arms in 6th Sense, and you can't really let a new crew dictate how you play. You should still play well, play hard, and that's what we're going to do. Like, a new crew won't save you from your mistakes, right? So, other than maybe getting tracked and you have repairs, but other than that, let's get into this. Let's play this game. Vertical stabilizer, gun rammer, optics. I went with 2 repair kits and a med kit. If I get set on fire, then RIP. I just decided, you know what, if my transmission is in the front, which it is, I'm probably going to get my engine knocked out and tracked. I'm going to get tracked and penned at the same time in this thing, so I've decided I'm going to go with 2 repair kits. If I get set on fire, I get set on fire. That'll be unfortunate, it will be, but no, it is what it is. And like I said, optics, just to make sure I'm outspotting the other Russian mediums, because with your poor camouflage on this tank and your poor DPM, you got to have something going for you. And so in this case, like I said, the view range. And I would argue, I can't really argue, I've never played the AMX-30B here on console, the new version of it, the Nerf version, but I would say this is probably in the bottom 2 of medium tanks at tier 10. It goes this and the K9, this is the K-91, obviously, this and the 30B. I don't know which one is worse. I haven't played the 30B, but more people play the 30B than they play the K-91, and if that's any indication of how good a tank is, then this tank is going to be worse. And as you can see, we have a worse rate of fire than tanks like the Patton with a 105, and we have a 100mm gun doing 70 less damage. Yeah, that's a little bit interesting. It's really unfortunate, but let's get this gun going, get our gun depression going. The fast shell velocity is nice. And we're just going to get our gun depression working here. Going to try to anyway. Fast shell velocity, like, check that out. Check that out. I thought I was going to bump into the chieftain there by accident, but I didn't. So that's good. Alright, we got a Conqueror passing. Now, any other tank, any other Russian medium, I'd be doing about the same damage. I think in the 430U, I would have done more damage by now, just because of the bigger gun. Ooh, that was close. I almost didn't have a fast enough reload to put another shell into him. Luckily, he was driving slowly, so I was able to put another shot into him. But any other Russian, any other tech tree Russian with a 105, my reload would be plenty fast enough. So, let's see if this guy bounces off my turret. Or he's not going to shoot me. I guess that was a better choice for him because he was able to pen him. But let's see if our .3 accuracy, .333 accuracy. There we go. It works. Works out pretty well. There's our turret bouncing a shot. That's nice. And there is the accuracy. So the accuracy is working out pretty well, as you can see. But we have to this tank. So to play this, you really have to support. You can't be like, all right, I'm a Russian medium. I'm just gonna YOLO in and out DPM everyone, use a little bit of my armor, and you know, win this game. No. You have to play support, heavy support. I don't mean heavy support as in like you're supporting heavies. I mean like you have to heavily play the supporting role. Anyway, we're spotted now. Panzerknacker. He actually has shots on us. And I do not have the armor to block his shots. Oh, there's Artie. That's good to know. That Artie is still in the game. I was camping, so. But there goes all my health in just a matter of moments. Thanks to the RT. There we go. Nice little miss there. Can we put another one in? He actually didn't fire his gun. Or did he? He might have already fired his gun, but he was using the smaller one, so he was able to reload in time to shoot me again before I was even loaded. That may have been the case there. But suddenly my health is gone. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Like, we go from having quite a bit of health to none. Very rapidly. Let's get some distance here. It's time to become the sniper. No, that bat chat does not want me to leave. No, he's not gonna let me leave. I don't like him very much. Alright, if he comes over, we have to track him. Come on. Go, bat chat on my team. Go! Okay, now's our chance. We're making a break. I'm gonna ping him. Yeah, we bounce off a bat chat, I know. It's really sad. Fudge. Ugh. Well, unfortunately, that game ended in a draw. But, E3 did well. E4 was a little bit too passive at the end of the game. He kind of let the E3 by himself. But, you know, the E3 tried his best. And then the E4 in the end just couldn't find their waffle. It is what it is. Let's jump into another one. See if we can pull out a win here in the K-91 before we wrap this video up. Impressions after that game, I would have much rather have been in a 140. The same situation, sitting there up on that ridge, shooting the Conqueror as he passed, the Foch as he passed, all those other things. I would have been able to put out more shots, and my turret would have worked as well. So the bounce I got from the Conqueror, I would have also got from the Conqueror in my 140 or my T62A. So there's that. But now we get probably the worst map in the game. Holy cow. Why does this map exist? I don't know, but that's okay. We'll do our best on it, and go from there. Let's see, standard battle. Playing in a tank that's probably hindering my team a little bit, just because of it's bad, and like I said, may as well play in a Russian medium, which will just do everything this can do, but better. They have a 110. We have an Inferno and Centurion. Very cool. Perfect. Alright. My opposite is an E50M or a Leopard 1. Okay. We just have to outperform one of those. We're down to 6.88 seconds because our crew is a little bit more, well, mastered. In fact, we had a ×3 going and a ×4 crew boost going. So our crew is probably, if we had won that game, it would probably have been mastered by now. But that's okay. We can still put this thing to work. And we gotta play support. We can't do what we did last time, which was suddenly decide to play the game, because as soon as we did, we got Arnied and Panzerknackered. And Panzerknacker is not a scary tank, but he was for us then. And this is about the definition of a lemming drain, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. Maybe perhaps this is like, you know, the new meta, but we're gonna follow it anyway. He pulls out right as I fire. What a guy! 2. Stay there. Stay there. You see me aim to the center and it went to the back? I tried so hard to miss. Good shell velocity. He's gonna get away. For now. We have to be ready to go back to our base because it is going to get lost. No doubt in my mind. Oh, we have a shot. But that's a lot of space armor we have to get through. So I doubt we'll pen him. From this angle, that is. Shell velocity? Nope. It looks like I got a flicker. I don't know. Does that mean we bounced off of him? Off of a Lorraine? Wouldn't be surprised. I would be surprised, but in this day and age of World of Tanks, I wouldn't be surprised. Like right now, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I should probably just sit here and continue to snipe. Because if I decide to go play the game, I'm going to die. There we go. The accuracy is pretty much working on this thing. But let's go back to base now. I'm surprised our artillery wasn't smart enough to, you know, look at his mini-map. But, you know, that's the case of artillery players in this game. They don't usually do that. He must have turned, because that went straight. Or he hit a bump and went flying. Which is perfectly normal on this map. The fast shell velocity allows us to auto-lock like a noob. We have to get past the C-50M somehow to get to our base. Okay, Mira's gonna go for it. If he's gonna go for it, I'm gonna snipe for him. Give him some support so the E-50M doesn't. Well, the fast shell velocity is not working today. Unfortunately. Why are there houses in the cap circle? I don't know. Are we fast enough? I think so. Inferno is dead? No matter. I was gonna say just don't be a Death Star, and there it is. It's a Death Star. How does that miss? Riddle me this, game. Riddle me this. There we go, we reset it. Well, I am Russian, so that's why I'm getting all these bounces. I'm gonna kill the tank with more DPM first. There's a Death Star, which is kind of scaring me. There he is. Oh! Man, oh man. That's unfortunate. There's only so much we could do. Man, I wish I was in another one. If I was in... I'm going to say this again. If I was in a T-62A or a 430 or a 140... Man, that would have been an easy engagement. That would have been so easy. I would have had a fully rotatable turret. I could have driven in any direction I wanted. My gun would have been laser beam. I would have had better DPM. I would have just gone in and face-hugged... Either the... I would have face-hugged one of the either the light tank or the standard B, and they wouldn't have been able to do anything about it. Killed them quickly, and then turned around and killed the other guy. And, oh, man, my gun would have been more accurate. Oh, gosh. Yet again, I think we're going to lose this game because I am in a bad tank, and I've hindered my team yet again because of the tank I've chosen. And I apologize to my team for this, because, man, that's disappointing. That really is disappointing. That's a Death Star, by the way, you pulled out in front of. And now you die. GG. Well. Let's get a win in this thing before we wrap up. But oh my goodness. Oh, and if I was in a 430U, my DPM wouldn't have been good either. But my armor would have been absurd, and they wouldn't have been able to do anything to me. But you know, whatever. Golly, we had a very intelligent RD player, but hey, it is what it is. Our Inferno didn't do anything, but he tried. It's all you can ask for from your lower tier tanks, is trying. Plus, he took the hits entering into the cap circle for us, and so the Action X and I had more health. Unfortunately, my Action X just got focused up. If they had shot me first, we might have won that because my armor seemed to actually work there. But here we go, Ghost Town. That's this is gonna be almost full tier 10 because it looked like there was one tier 9 and the rest were tier 10s. Like, man, welcome to the world of tanks Mercenaries, where there's 27 tier 10s and one tier 9 and one tier 8. I wonder what tier everyone's playing. I don't know. Ghost Town. Come on! Let's get a game. Let's get a game. My crew might be mastered now. Probably is. Maybe one more game. If we win, it'll definitely be mastered. But my crew should be about just about mastered. Yeah, look at this. Welcome to World of Tanks Mercenaries. Full tier 10, which I don't mind, but it's really like the why pull in a tier 9, why pull in tier 8 sometimes, you know. So, but let's win this. Let's win this. Well, we'll try to win it. I say let's, but let's be real. This is World of Tanks. It's gonna be tough. What's our reload now? What has it got down to? 6.76. You've got to be kidding me, man. Like, you can get the 430s down to 5.06. Almost 2 seconds faster than this. And then with Adrenaline Rush, it sits at 4.6. 4.6 seconds you can get the 430s down to. That's insane. That is insane. This is a, well, a load of crud, if I'm going to be honest. It's a bad tank. You can like a tank, but that doesn't make it good. Like the 30B, it's a bad tank, even if people like it. This tank, it's a bad tank, even if you like it and you do well in it. Of course you can do well in it. You can do well in any tank, but it's still a bad tank. So, I'm just going to sit here and wait. Somebody will come. I know they will. Because of those guys, they're going to try to go shoot them. And then, or maybe not. I can't do anything about those guys behind me because I don't have a fully traversable turret. So I'm just going to drive off. Don't want to fight here anymore. What was the TD? It was a 4005. Oh, he's driving on though. Alright, I'm going to join this guy then. Then we're going to Avada Kedavra this guy. Because he's going to rush. After he shoots, he's going to pull in. He's not going to pull in. I don't want to reveal myself just yet. I could not get my gun down to shoot him. Unfortunately. It's a little bit awkward. That's very much awkward. Before you guys are like, you know, you're playing this tank wrong, clone guy. You should be playing it, you know, as a sniper. Why would I play this tank as a sniper? Why would I play medium tank as a sniper when there's tank destroyers that are supposed to be played like that? You know? Put a shell into him. And we're gonna finish him off here. Auto lock because of shell velocity. Hatton is still alive. There he is. Type 5 is still alive. What's scary is that Patton, like I said earlier, does have a better rate of fire than me. Oh, wow. Got him. There we go. Once again, boy, do I wish I was in any other Russian medium tank in that situation. Like I said, the only situation where this tank is better is literally just sniping. That's literally it. And, one does not get a Russian medium tank. One does not play through the Russian medium tank lines to finally get their tier 10 Russian medium tank just to snipe. Golly. This tank leaves a lot to be desired. Holy Toledo. That's gonna be the review, guys. Honest opinions on this tank. This should be the last Russian medium tank you pick up. You should already have the T-62A. You should already have the 140. You should already have the 430. You should always already have the 430U before you pick up this thing. Hey, war chest, because we finished one of the things. Winter stages. Let's see what we get before we wrap this up. You know, just open it up. May as well. See if you get anything good. And, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Let me know what your thoughts are on the K-91. Yeah, leave your feedback. And I'll see you guys all later. Take care, everyone. And peace out.